As we incorporate AI more and more into our lives, one of the sneaky things that happens is that a lot of our social biases actually gets transmitted to AI. Hi, my name is Debbie. I'm a digital psychologist and I decode psychology so that you can use tech smarter. Recent research shows that if a machine has a male voice versus a female voice, people will unfortunately gender stereotype the machine. So in a study, they found that people assumed that a machine with a male voice was better at technical jobs. And they found that a machine with female voices was better at relational jobs. In another study, they actually found that if you created artificial teams, so for instance, you gave somebody a wristband with a specific color, and then they had to interact with a machine that had a sort of a color around its screen, they perceived the computer to be more intelligent and friendly. Another crazy one is actually that we have this bias towards reciprocity. If a computer was to divulge information about itself, participants were also more likely to share more personal information about themselves to the computer. So these are all things that we do that are very similar to biases that we have with other human beings, but we attribute them not just to AI, but to machines in general with the right social cues. So what does that mean about how we interact with technology? Well, for one thing, check some of your biases as you are interacting with technology. For instance, that smart speaker, do you interact with it differently when it has a male voice versus a female voice? And once you're made aware of that, does that change how you perceive how you're interacting with that smart speaker? For some things, you do have goals in mind when you're using technology, and using some of these biases can actually help you. So, for instance, say a fitness app, you really, really want to get better at your diet or your exercise. You'll be much more likely to collaborate with the app and also actually listen to its advice when you're seeing it as part of your team. So there's ways in which you can use some of these biases towards goals that you want to achieve. But there are other times when you want to recognize those biases and not perpetuate them. Knowing how those sort of bleed into our tech usage is really powerful in determining the type of relationship that you want to have with technology and how you can ultimately use it in a smart way towards the goals that you have. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.